You ever walk into a room, say nothing, and still feel every insecure man get uncomfortable? That's not arrogance. That's energy. Sigma males don't raise their voices. They don't play alpha games. They just exist in a way that exposes weakness, without ever having to try. And here's the hard truth. A Sigma male destroys fragile men, not through conflict, but through contrast. Here's how. 1. He doesn't compete, and that alone makes weak men panic, while other men flex, compare, and chase dominance. The Sigma sits still, unbothered, disinterested, focused. And that's what burns the insecure guys. He's not even trying, and he still commands attention. 2. His silence makes them loud. The Sigma says nothing, and yet suddenly, the weak men in the room get louder, more boastful, more fake. Why? Because silence from a confident man acts like a mirror. And insecure men hate what they see in themselves when no one's performing. 3. He doesn't seek validation, and it makes them feel invisible. Fragile men need applause. They need approval. They need eyes on them to feel powerful. The Sigma? He couldn't care less. He doesn't dress to impress. He doesn't speak to be liked. And when you strip away attention from a man who lives on it, you destroy his foundation without lifting a finger. 4. He moves differently, so they can't predict or copy him. Weak men follow trends. Sigma males move in patterns of purpose. His rhythm is unpredictable. His actions aren't about optics. They're about inner alignment. And because they can't mimic or manipulate him, they resort to envy and gossip. Too bad he's already 3 steps ahead and completely uninterested. 5. He stands alone, and that's a threat to groupthink. The weak ones need the crowd to feel strong, but the Sigma walks in solo, owns his space, and leaves untouched. He's immune to peer pressure. He's allergic to cliques, and his ability to operate independently? It shakes men who can't make a decision without approval. 6. He doesn't flinch under pressure, so their tactics fail. Insecure men try to bait him, challenge him, test his pride. But the Sigma doesn't bite. He doesn't rise to it. He lets silence do the talking, and still wins, because calm is power, and restraint is lethal. 7. He's focused on legacy, not popularity. Weak men fight for the moment. The Sigma builds for decades, while others waste time trying to be the man in the room. He's becoming the man they'll wish they listened to. He's thinking 5 moves ahead. So while they scramble to be relevant, he's becoming unforgettable. 8. He has nothing to prove, so he's unshakable. The weak crumble under judgment. They fold when challenged. But the Sigma? He lives under his own code, unshaken by critics, untouched by applause. And that's exactly why they fear him. He can't be moved, because he's already grounded. 9. He watches while they reveal themselves. A Sigma doesn't argue. He observes, listens, waits, and in that stillness, fragile men expose their insecurities, their lies, and their desperation for status. He doesn't need to tear them down. They self-destruct, trying to stand next to him. 10. He has mastered the art of indifference. What rattles insecure men more than anything? A man who isn't impressed, who doesn't flinch, who doesn't need to respond. Sigma indifference is a silent weapon. It doesn't attack. It just makes the noise around him look like what it is. Weakness disguised as masculinity. 11. He's rare, and that triggers imitation or hatred. Most men follow. Few men lead. Even fewer carve out their own path. Sigma males are one of one. And that rarity either breeds obsession or resentment. But the Sigma doesn't care either way, because he's not here to be understood. He's here to become untouchable. 12. His power is internal, so it can't be taken. Fragile men depend on things: status, looks, hype, circles. But the Sigma? His power is built in silence, forged in solitude, untouchable because it was never given. It was earned. So when others lose their grip, their fame, their influence, he's still rising, because he never needed any of that to begin with. Final word. A Sigma male doesn't destroy weak men by attacking them. He does it by exposing what they're not, without ever raising his voice. His silence speaks. His discipline speaks louder. And his indifference, it finishes the job. So next time they call you quiet, cold, or too distant, smile. Because deep down, they know exactly what you are. The man they can't imitate and can't outlast.